office tells WBTV News.
It's horrific, absolutely horrific. Any of us who are parents you can't even begin to fathom that.
In yet another standoff between Democratic Governor Roy Cooper and the GOP legislature, Cooper says he will let a bill pass without his signature that phases class size reductions in early grades, but also deals with a combination election ethics board and takes money from an agreement on the Atlantic Coast Pipeline and sends it to schools. Cooper says the legislature can do more.
A smaller class size doesn't do much good with no teacher in it and without a classroom to put them in.
The House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform is launching an investigation into former presidential secretary Rob Porter. He's been accused of spousal abuse, and the White House is being criticized for mishandling the matter. South Carolina Congressman Trey Gowdy will head the investigation.
I hate to say I don't give a damn about the politics of it, but I really don't. I care more about saving women's lives, and that's my interest in this issue.
A daughter of former four-term North Carolina Governor Jim Hunt, Rachel Hunt, announced Wednesday she would run for the State House in a Mecklenburg County district currently represented by Republican Bill Brawley. You're listening to NCN News.
I'm Patrick Johnson with this week's Undaunted ECU Spotlight, and it shines on men's basketball player Addison Hill from South Central High School. The junior applied sociology major served as a team manager as a freshman before earning a spot on the roster as a walk-on last year. He's seen action in 9 games, including a career-high 13 minutes versus Charlotte in 2016. ECU celebrates Addison Hill of Winterville and all of our Undaunted student athletes. For the latest on ECU athletics, visit ECUPirates.com.
A Democrat in the governor's mansion, an unconventional Republican in the White House, new state, House, and Senate election maps, all important factors for politics and public policy in North Carolina. What does it all mean? Carolina Journal has the answers, available each month as a free newspaper, every day online at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal, your #1 source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
A former 5th-grade teacher at Creedmoor Elementary School in Granville County was in court on Wednesday for a first appearance hearing after being charged last week with statutory rape of a student with whom she allegedly had a sexual relationship. 25-year-old Megan Self was arrested by the Granville County Sheriff's Office after she turned herself in February 6. She told the judge Wednesday that she did not need a court-appointed attorney because she has already hired one. She declined to comment. Jesse Scharf, her attorney, tells WRAL Self is unemployed and living with her parents in Pennsylvania.
She's a kind-hearted person. She's under a lot of stress, and we're looking forward to her day in court.
An American woman takes the gold in the giant slalom at the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang. CBS News correspondent Steve Futterman has more.
She came here to Korea with dreams of gold. Today, Michaela Schifrin won the first of what she hopes are multiple gold medals. Schifrin won the giant slalom with 2 solid runs.
My biggest moments were when I thought, just go for it. You have nothing to lose.
Tomorrow, Schifrin will go for gold medal number 2 in her best event, the slalom. She could compete in up to 5 events. Steve Futterman, CBS News at the Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang.
A Randolph County man is charged with murder in the death of his girlfriend's baby. Dylan James Kirkpatrick was initially charged with felony child abuse. An Emmy Award-winning actress chronicles another step in her battle against cancer.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus is letting the world know exactly how she feels after undergoing successful surgery after chemotherapy treatment for breast cancer. The Veep star has posted a picture of herself on social media with the caption, "Hurrah! Great doctors, great results, feeling happy and ready to rock after surgery." Then the 57-year-old actress writes, "Hey, cancer, bleep you." Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Get your message to the thousands. Call the WCAB Sales Department today at 287-3356.
I'm Jim Ryan at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, where questions still outnumber answers after a man with a gun walked into the building and opened fire.
The alleged shooter didn't tip anybody, didn't call anybody, text anybody, warn anybody that this was about to happen.
Investigators believe Nicholas Cruz acted alone in the explosion of violence that killed 17. Greg Pittman teaches history here.
Some people that I know, I'm not sure.
Among descriptions of terror come stories of heroism, according to ABC's Maggie Rooney.
The sheriff has confirmed that one of those who lost their lives was a football coach here at the school. He says that he used his own body, sacrificed his own body to shield some of the students, potentially saving their lives from that gunfire.
ABC's Ryan Doyle, also here in South Florida, has been looking into the troubled past of suspect Nicholas Cruz.
19-year-old Nicholas Cruz was taken into Broward County Jail this morning. Gabrielle Pupo, a senior at the school, knows the suspected gunman.
I knew he wasn't okay when he punched the window in and said, I'm going to cause karma one day, because he got in trouble with the teacher.
Investigators say Cruz had been expelled from the school. Students saying at one point he was barred from bringing a backpack into the building.
Classes are canceled for the rest of the week, but counselors will be on this campus to help students and staff to come to grips with the tragedy. I'm Jim Ryan, ABC News in Parkland, Florida. Now with more news, here's Sherry Preston.
Once again, lawmakers in Washington are talking about gun control.
This is an epidemic, and yet Congress continues to do absolutely nothing.
Florida Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz. A bipartisan group of senators say they've come up with a new plan to help the Dreamers. The deal includes $25 billion for border security and the border wall, as well as a path to citizenship. You're listening to ABC News.
Did you know that a Nobel Prize was awarded for a medical discovery that helps men and women to look and feel years younger? It's true. Nitric oxide was discovered to have miraculous rejuvenating powers for your entire body, helping you look and feel younger while dramatically increasing your everyday energy levels. Nitric oxide also has incredible benefits for heart health, blood pressure, immune system, for damaged skin, memory and mood, and even your libido. Millions of Americans have begun taking nitric oxide boosters as daily supplements. And right now we're releasing free bottles of Prime Nitric Oxide so you can discover the incredible benefits for yourself. You just pay shipping and handling. Call in the next 5 minutes. 1-800-210-2457. After extensive clinical tests, nitric oxide has been described as the miracle molecule of the 21st century. You'll not only be bursting with extra energy, but we'll also send you free test strips proving it works. Discover how to get your free bottle of Prime Nitric Oxide and free test strips at 1-800-210-2457. Call now. 1-800-210-2457.
A South Carolina girl kidnapped from her home has been found hundreds of miles away.
This is a blessing. It has nothing to do with love.
Riverside, Alabama Police Chief Rick Oliver says this was one of the best days he's had in law enforcement after Heidi Todd, a 4-year-old from Charleston, South Carolina, was found nearly 400 miles from home a day after being abducted, her mother brutally beaten during a home invasion. Riverside Mayor Rusty Jessup says the girl was shaken up but unharmed.
She did tell our fire chief when we were carrying her out of the woods, she told him that she was scared.
The suspect, Thomas Evans, was arrested after a police chase and charged with kidnapping. Todd Ant, ABC News.
Murder charges in Chicago after a police commander was gunned down.
I'm glad to announce that we've charged 42-year-old Shamari Leggett with first-degree murder of a police officer, as well as several other charges, including unlawful use of a weapon by felon, armed violence, and drug possession.
That's Chicago Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson. Commander Paul Bauer was murdered while helping officers in a pursuit. The adult film star, paid $130,000 by President Trump's personal lawyer, now says she's free to tell her story. Stormy Daniels says the revelation that Michael Cohen paid her the money breaks a non-disclosure agreement. Several reports say she had an affair with Donald Trump a decade ago. And the FDA has now signed off on the first blood test designed to help doctors diagnose traumatic brain injuries like CTE. This is ABC News.
It's time to join the millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Zoom gives you flawless video, crystal clear audio, and instant sharing across any mobile, tablet, or desktop device. But the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distractions, join the movement, and meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit Zoom.us to set up your free account today. That's Zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
I'm Sherry Preston.
Have you noticed what's going on at Oakland Feed and Seed? Cheapest price in town on propane refills. 20-pound cylinder, $11.99. Forklift cylinder, $17.99. And the 100-pound cylinders, $55.99. Whole corn, $6.99 for the 50-pound bag. 10-10-10 fertilizer, $9.50 for the 50-pound bag. 17-17-17, just $12.50 for the 50-pound bag. Check with Oakland Feed and Seed for all prices. You'll find them the cheapest around. It's a generational thing. Your dad and your dad's dad shopped at Oakland Feed and Seed. Oakland Road, Spindale, locally owned and operated.
We saw temperatures rising yesterday. They go up even more so for the day today. Overall, it should be partly cloudy for this afternoon, breezy, a slight chance for a shower. Our high temperature in the low to mid 70s. For tonight, it's partly cloudy and it's warm. The low only in the lower 60s. Friday is partly to mostly cloudy. We've got a cold front moving on by during the afternoon. Some showers are possible. Mid to upper 70s the highs. It's a cold rain for the day on Saturday. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
Thank you very much, Mike. Ladies and gentlemen, can you believe the 74-degree temperature expected today? 74, 72 again tomorrow. And we may have some wind gusts about 23 miles per hour today. And tomorrow we have some wind gusts about 17 miles per hour. And there's chance of possibility of pop-up showers, scattered showers throughout the week. Some 20% only today, which is not much. And then it increases tomorrow to 40%. 80% on Saturday, and then back down to 20% on Sunday. So the rain is going to be with us, going to be threatening us a little bit, not heavy rain, but the warm temperatures I'm waiting on. Are you? Right now, it is 55 degrees here at WCAB Studios in beautiful downtown Whiteside Road. 6 minutes after 7 o'clock, I have these death announcements. Barbara Wilson Chambers of Lake Lure died Wednesday. Those arrangements incomplete and will be announced by McMahon's Funeral Home and Cremation Services. Again, that's Barbara Wilson Chambers. Mr. Charles Red O'Neill Humphreys of Cliffside, 85, died Wednesday. Graveside services will be held 11 o'clock today at Rutherford County Memorial Cemetery. Military honors will be provided by the Rutherford County Honor Guard. Eggers Funeral Home of Cliffside is assisting the family of Charles Red O'Neill Humphreys. Charles Hubert Walker, age 95, of Highway 221A, Forest City, died Monday. The funeral service will be held at 3 o'clock today at Mount Pleasant Baptist Church. Military honors will be accorded at the church by the Rutherford County Honor Guard. Entombment will follow in the mausoleum at Cleveland Memorial Park in Boiling Springs. Paget King Mortuary, assisting the family of Charles Hubert Walker. Mrs. Mildred Edgerton Waters, age 97, of Forest City, died Sunday at Hospice House. The graveside service will be held at Mount Vernon Baptist Church Cemetery at 2 o'clock today. The family will greet friends after the graveside service in the sanctuary of the church. Mike Mahan's Funeral Home and Cremation Service is serving the family of Mrs. Mildred Edgerton Waters. Rutha Billy Hensley, 81, of Rutherfordton, died Monday. The family will receive friends from 2 until 3 o'clock Saturday at Oak Springs Baptist Church in Rutherfordton. The funeral service will be conducted at 3 o'clock Saturday at Oak Springs Baptist Church, with burial with military honors in the church cemetery provided by the Rutherford County Honor Guard. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Rutha Billy Hensley. Shirley Ann Wright, age 65, of Arlington Street, Forest City, died Tuesday, February 6th, at Hospice of the Carolina Foothill. A memorial service will be conducted at 2 o'clock Saturday at the Harrelson Funeral Chapel. There will be a gathering of family and friends 1 hour prior to the service time at the funeral home. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services has been entrusted with the arrangements for Shirley Ann Wright. Anna Bolin Wilson, age 58, of Forest City, died Saturday at Testa Hospice House in Kings Mountain. A gathering of friends and family in honor of Anna will be held from 2 until 4 Sunday, February the 18th, at Harrelson Funeral Home. Harrelson Funeral Home and Cremation Service has been entrusted with the arrangements for Anna Bolin Wilson. Mrs. Edna Epley McCurry, 86, of Rutherfordton, died Tuesday at Rutherford Regional Medical Center. A memorial service will be conducted at 3 o'clock Sunday at Mount Lebanon Baptist Church. Visitation will be from 2 until 3 at the church prior to the service. Washburn and Dorsey Funeral and Cremation Service is in charge of the arrangement for Mrs. Edna Epley McCurry.
On Monday, CNBC ran a piece titled "A Nightmare for Democrats. Trump is Getting More Credit for the Economy." Some executive must have gotten heartburn. A few hours later, a new title appeared on the article: "Trump isn't getting more popular, but his policies are." Now, CNBC claims that something really unusual is happening in American politics. Voters are separating the personal from the political. Even though Trump's poll numbers remain historically weak, Voters are becoming very positive about the economy, and they are giving Trump the credit. As evidence, CNBC cites a February 7th Quinnipiac College poll. Amazingly, 70% said the economy is excellent or good. That's up dramatically from Obama's years. CNBC says Americans are coming to terms with the idea that they may not like Trump personally, but they like what he's doing on the economy. Number one issue, by the way, when it comes to elections. And now that people are seeing more money in their paychecks, thanks to Republican tax reform, poll numbers on that issue are moving up too, which, according to CNBC, represents a double whammy for Democrats. The Democrats who belittled tax reform and did not put up one vote to support it. The drive-bys can change headlines, but the fact remains, a great economy under Trump is a nightmare for Democrats. Anything good for America is a nightmare for them, and it's a nightmare they deserve. Simply Safe Home Security has just released their brand new system, folks, the all-new Simply Safe. It has been completely rebuilt and redesigned, new safeguards to protect against power outages, down Wi-Fi, cut landlines, bats, hammers, everything in between. But you still get the same fair and honest price, just $15 a month. And with Simply Safe, there's no contract. Visit simplysafeusa.com today. That's simplysafeusa.com.
Angie's List has collected millions of verified reviews of local home service providers, and now they're free for everyone to read. Angie's List makes it easy for you to find top quality service providers in your area for any type of home project. Search for a great pro in your area, or let Angie's List instantly match you to a few who can do the job. To get the most reviews from real customers, all for free, go to angieslist.com today.
WCAB has been serving the community with family-friendly radio programming for 50 years. Thank you, Rutherford County, for making WCAB your radio station of choice. Turn it up. WCAB 590 Rutherfordton.
Listen to Gilbert Talks Taxes live every Saturday morning from 8 to 9. If you have questions about taxes, taxation, or tax law, call the studio at 287-3356 or call me at 289-9300. I'll try to answer your question on the air.
We're the station that plays more of your favorite music, and we're very proud of that. But we also do a better job at keeping you informed with the latest local, national, and world news, up-to-the-minute sports, and the most accurate look at your weather forecast. Lots of stations play music. It's what we do between the records that sets us apart. WCAB, more than just great music.
More than 1 million Americans have heart attacks each year. And if you or a loved one experiences symptoms of a heart attack, every second matters. That's why the emergency department at Rutherford Regional Health System is a chest pain accredited facility. What does that mean to you? It means quality care here at home that could save precious seconds when treating the symptoms of heart attacks. To learn more about Rutherford Regional and its commitment to safe quality care, visit myrutherfordregional.com. When you want some sound facts about better hearing, go see Lisa Terry at Miracle Ear in Forest City. Fine reputation of somebody who really cares about her patients. And around the world, there are millions of satisfied Miracle Ear customers worldwide. And there's no better respected or well-known brand in hearing aids than Miracle Ear. And we're so proud to have them as part of our family of advertisers here on the Morning Report. Schedule your free hearing test by calling 828-368-4126. Just no obligation there whatsoever. No cost for the hearing test. Just go by and make an appointment and go by and have that free hearing test. See what's going on in there. You may want to ask about the Miracle Ear Genius 2.0 with advanced technology. It's an amazing piece of equipment. There are so many features you'll appreciate about Miracle Ear Genius 2.0 and so many features you'll appreciate about doing business with Miracle Ear in Forest City with Lisa Terry. That address is 1512 West Main Street, Suite 102. The phone number is 828-368-4126. A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. That's Miracle Ear.
Following the Civil War, Texas, a Confederate state,
had an unpopular Republican Reconstruction governor named Edmund Davis. In late 1873, an election was held, and Democrat Richard Koch won by a 2-1 majority. But Edmund Davis refused to vacate the office. He said the election was invalid. In 1869, a new state constitution had been written. The new constitution said that elections could be held at the county seats of several counties until otherwise provided by law, and the polls shall be open for 4 days. Since the law said until otherwise provided by law, for the 1873 election, the politicians decided to change the law to make the voting places to be precincts instead of county seats, and 1 day rather than 4. No problem? Not according to the state Supreme Court. They decided that semicolon between the polling places and the number of days made the polling places changeable by law, but not the number of voting days. After several days standoff, on January 19, Edmund Davis reluctantly stepped down. Immediately upon taking office, Richard Koch removed the sitting justices and appointed an entirely new state Supreme Court. Did that change in the election law result in Democrat Richard Koch becoming governor? We're not sure, but I can tell you future lawmakers made sure they not only had their I's dotted and their T's crossed, they also made sure all their semicolons were where they should be. You've just heard another story from Chronicle of the Old West. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Ladies, let me ask you this. Was this Valentine's Day extra special for you? Are you engaged? Well, you're in luck. The Western North Carolina Foothills Bridal Showcase, presented by Blue Willow Events, will be held at Tryon International Equestrian Center on Saturday, March 24th from 2 until 5. The show will feature live music, giveaways, raffle prizes, premier vendors, cake testing, top wedding trend displays, personalized gifts, and bridal merchandise, and so much more. There are VIP packages available with a VIP hour from 1 to 2. For more information, go to www.wncfoothillsbridal.com. That's www.wncfoothillsbridal.com, or find WNC Foothills Bridal on Facebook. All right, let's check on the phone now and see if there's a sheriff on the other end of this phone line to give us some information. Is this the Sheriff Chris Francis of Rutherford County?
This is the sheriff, but the big question is, did Faye Bishop have a good Valentine's Day? Because Jim Bishop is a good man, and I hope she did.
Oh, she had a great one. She really did. She
That's what I wanted to hear.
She absolutely did. I'll tell you.
We didn't have any domestic calls at your house last night, so I assume you took good care of her.
She was. She just can't believe how good I was to her.
Oh, my goodness. Let's get started with this report.
What's on the report, Sheriff?
Jim, in the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 111 calls for service. There have been 8 arrests processed at county jail. Currently incarcerated, we have 174. Among those arrests, Twanessa Marie Boykins, 24-year-old white female, Forest City, was charged with 2 counts of failure to appear and received a $500 secured bond. Aaron Christopher Hayes, 27-year-old white male of Candler, was charged with driving while license revoked, possession of Schedule 6, and 2 counts of failure to appear, and received a $1,500 secured bond. Alan Van Britt, 46-year-old white male of Forest City, was charged with possession of meth and received a $10,000 unsecured bond. Among the incidents, we had ID theft on Fox's Trail in Lake Lure. The victim had given Social Security number and other information. She saw an AT&T pop-up online and later contacted AT&T and realized it was not legitimate. We also had a damage to property, felony larceny, Cemetery Road in Boston. There was a vacant house that had a heat pump and a water pump gone, as well as an electrical panel box was stolen, and some of the walls have been damaged. It looks like they might have got some of the wires out of them. We had a misdemeanor larceny on Doggett Road in Forest City. A temporary tag from vehicle VC71118, valued at $40, was lost or stolen. We had a break and enter and larceny on W.V. Thompson Road, where a Poland chainsaw looks like 2. One was a 16-inch, one was an 18-inch. Both were taken, both valued at $200. Also was a Craftsman air compressor valued at $400 taken in that instant from a garage there. We also had a break and enter and larceny, Goose Creek Church Road. This was the fellowship hall to the church, and then someone took a LG TV and remote valued at $250 in that incident. Jim, that's what we had to report today.
All right, Sheriff, a terrible tragedy in Florida school, wasn't it?
It certainly is. You just your prayers go out for those families and those school officials and all the EMS workers and law enforcement and firemen that were dealing with that. That is just too much, especially for the kids to have to deal with.
Almost unbelievable.
It certainly is.
Sheriff, you have a great day. Be safe out there, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
Bye-bye. 21 minutes after 7.
Here's what our customers think about McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC.
I love my McCurry Deck Buick.
I love my McCurry Deck Chevrolet.
We love our McCurry Deck GMC. We guarantee you'll love McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC for a city.
I am definitely a McCurry Deck customer for life.
I love the price and the McCurry Deck Customer for Life Rewards program. It gives you up to $3,000 or more in rewards.
Take the easy drive to savings. McCurry Deck for a city. Discover the rewards of being a customer for life.
You want something in your house that'll last a long time and still look beautiful even after those many years? Well, ask about that Tarkett flooring that Southern Carpet sells. Right now you can find out more about this fabulous floor product that's both beautiful and resilient. It's called Tarkett, T-A-R-K-E-T-T. Ask about that when you visit Southern Carpet at 1512 West Main Street, Forest City, or you can check it out online at southerncarpet.net. Either way, you'll find that Southern Carpet willing, able, and ready to assist you with your questions about floor covering. Here's Jessica on the phone now from 911 Communications with our report today. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning.
What's on that report?
In the past 24 hours, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications has processed 417 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 49 for EMS, 22 for rescue. Under law enforcement, we had 111 for the Sheriff's Office, 64 for Forest City, 4 for Lake Lure, 27 for Rutherford, and 35 for Spindale. For the fire departments, Forest City responded to a motor vehicle accident and a vehicle fire, and that is all.
Thanks, Jessica. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide daycare services for an aging parent or loved one. Rutherford Life Care can be just what you're looking for. Rutherford Life Care offers adults a safe and fun place during the day for medical monitoring, nutritional meals, and daily activities. Rutherford Life is licensed by the state of North Carolina Division of Aging. Call them today and let them answer questions you may have. That's 288-1697, 288-1697. Rutherford Life offers a staff of professionals who show the love and compassion that you entrust your loved ones to. That's Rutherford Life Care Services, located on Thunder Road, Spindale. Again, that phone number is 288-1697.
Ruby Taylor is up next with a report from Danieltown SDO Fire District. Good morning, Ruby.
Good morning to you.
Tell us what's on your report.
Well, the fire department didn't have any calls, and on my birthday I got Christina Stacy and Becky Doggett having birthdays, and hope these two people have a nice day. And the signs are in the feet today and tomorrow. And Jim, that's all I got.
All right, Ruby, have a good day over there.
You too.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Danieltown, pretty nice and quiet over there. We're being kind to Tim and Sue Sperling today of Forest City. They had an anniversary yesterday. It was their 31st wedding anniversary. They got married on Valentine's Day, and we're being kind to them today. Give them an extra day of celebration. Well, when you visit Washburn store, you're stepping back in history, but yet you're modernized. Well, what a great store that is. And right now, if you love that Wisconsin cheese, they've got it. Yeah, they do have a good selection of that. And new shipment of Red Band stick candy. If you're looking for a new pair of overalls, they've got them. They're made in the good old U.S. of A. Matter of fact, a lot of the things, most all the things they carry there, I think, in Washburn store, made in America. A lot of it's made in North Carolina. Yeah, check it out. You'll find that plus much more. And always keep safe with a oil lamp in case the power goes off. With this wind we're getting and rain and all that, the power goes off, the tree knocks down the power, and you get stuck in the dark. You'll have that lantern. They got plenty of lanterns and oil for those lamps as well. Check that out at Washburn store when you visit, and I hope you'll visit over there real soon. Between Bostic and Sunshine on the Bostic Sunshine Highway. Let's check in with Steve now up in Rumbling Ball. He's got his eye on things for us up there. Steve, how you doing?
Yeah, it's 47 degrees here.
47?
Real soupy.
47?
Yes, sir, that's what it's saying.
Boy, I'm 55 over here.
Man, I'm telling you. That's soupy and muggy and and foggy out here. It's not too pretty.
Hey, listen, was that Florida school shooting anywhere near where you used to live?
No, so that's South Florida. I lived in northern Florida,
Okay.
and it's such a tragedy. And you will learn a little bit of information at a time with the coach stepping out in front of the between the shooter and some of the students. He's a hero.
He's a hero.
Yeah, amen. So it's a tragedy. I think that maybe in our lexicon we really need to start just pointing things out. We see really odd people.
Yep.
Yeah, because we certainly don't want our gun rights taken away. I think maybe it's some of the folks that shouldn't have them in the first place that have mental issues. I think is probably the way to go, but that's my opinion. I know there's possibly others out there that have strong opinions either way. But anyway, I don't want to upset half the audience.
Yeah, well,
but there should be some answers out there.
Yeah, we could get into a long discussion on where some of those problems stem from in the home, or the lack of any kind of religious guidance, a lack of a family structure, a lot of different things, and
Amen.
plus some mental illness probably too. So, but everybody wants to blame it on the guns, and it's not the guns.
No.
I've been to gun shows before with thousands and thousands of guns, and nobody got shot.
That's right.
So the guns don't do it, folks. It's the people with bad hearts.
Yep, and you take the good guys, take their guns away, and it's going to be a lot uglier than it is now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So we hope that maybe people will start maybe concentrating on some of these answers that are out there, and just make it part of a lexicon, and to really observe.
That's right.
And just try to be aware of your surroundings.
I bet as a police officer, when you were there in Florida, I bet you, when you were active, I bet you never saw anything like that taking place, did you?
I didn't see any. We had, in my 25 years of service, I've seen maybe two incidents of multi-victims incidents, and one was maybe 3 or 4, and one was like 8. So it's rare, but I mean now it's becoming way too common,
too prevalent now.
And there's just needs to be, the conversation needs to be strong, not just for a couple days after the incident, and then go on with our, it needs to be part of our everyday thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but as far as what we got going on here today and yesterday, it's been pretty quiet. Not anything negative, and nothing. We don't want to report anything negative. So we got normal operations here, and it was a smooth day yesterday. So we're thankful for that. Our Bald Mountain Lake is almost full now. Our private lake that we had lowered. With all the rain, it didn't take long to fill it up.
I bet.
So March 3rd is when our first rowing team comes in. So I'll put that out there now for we get folks that come out from around the county that want to watch them.
That'll be next Thursday.
Yes, sir. Well, it's Thursday. Is that when it is?
Did you say March 1st?
3rd.
Oh, March 3rd. Yeah. Okay. That'll be Saturday.
Okay. Yeah. So.
All right, my friend. We'll keep it together up there, and be safe. And I'll see you next time.
Okay, sir.
See you. Bye bye. Steve up at Rumley Ball. 29 minutes after 7.
Your car only needs one place to prepare for the cooler months ahead. RS Speedy Lube, Railroad Avenue, Ruth. RS Express Inspection Station can get you back on the road and keep you legal. RS Speedy Lube Station has 2 lanes to get you in and out in no time. They carry wiper blades and will rotate your tires. Complete car care altogether, including transmission flush and car wash. Count on Chris and his team to take care of all your car needs. Make it your first stop. RS Speedy Lube Service Center, Railroad Avenue in Ruth. One of the hottest things going on in automobile world today is the fuel-efficient Ford Escape from Sisk Family Ford. You get more value for your money with the Ford Escape, and you'll appreciate the comfort and the value in this remarkable automobile. Try one on for comfort today at Sisk Family Ford, and whenever you need top-of-the-line service on any automobile you own, be sure to bring it to the experts at Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
It's 7:30, and this morning, a little after 8 o'clock, about 8:10, I'll be interviewing Preston Barden. He and his wife are the owners and operators of Big Bamboo Tea Room there in Rutherfordton. A lot of fascinating things about that. I wanted you to know about it, so I've invited him over, and we'll talk with Preston this morning about the Big Bamboo Tea Room in Rutherfordton. Hope you'll hang around and listen in on that conversation. Right now, we're going to talk with Bob Hodge up at Hudlow about what's been happening in that community. Good morning, Bob.
Well, good morning.
How are you doing?
Oh, doing pretty good this morning. I hope you are.
I am doing well. Did I hear your dog getting excited up there?
You're looking good.
Thank you, man. I feel great. You're looking pretty good yourself.
But, well, we've had a little sprinkle of rain up here, but it was come out. I believe it's going to get hot up here today there.
Yeah,
what?
man.
Up in the mid-70s, that's May temperature there.
I may have to take off some of these clothes after a while. I didn't.
You might have to there.
I dress for the cool in the mornings, and by the time it gets noontime, I'll be sweating.
You'll be sweating by noon, yeah. Well, Jim, up here with the fire department, it's been quiet. No fire wreck calls during the night with our fire department, so that's good. Maybe it'll stay that way all day today. And I hope to see a little bit of that sunshine today. I'm getting waterlogged up here there.
Yeah. It'd be nice to see that sun, won't it?
Yeah, that's right. We need a little of that sun there. We need some of that vitamin D, Jim.
That's right. Yeah, it'd be good for all of us right now, won't it?
That's right. We'll have to start taking vitamins if we don't get some of that sunshine there.
Maybe that vitamin D will help cure some of these flu bugs that's going around.
Oh, yeah, vitamin D and vitamin C, that's good for it
Yes,
there,
sir.
yeah. But, yeah, boy, I tell you, I had to go up to Hendersonville the other Monday morning and do some tests on I'm having problems with my leg. And I tell you what, them doctor's office, all of them's wearing them masks and everything walking around there. So you got to be careful where you're going. You might pick it up. So
That's exactly right.
No.
Wash your hands often.
Yeah, you have to do that pretty often, yeah. Well, Jim, like I say, it's been quiet up here, and I hope you have a good day, and I'll be talking to you in the morning.
Thanks, Bob. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Bye-bye.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Tonight, there's no games on the radio, so we'll go into our talk show segment tonight with Larry Elder and some of the other talk show hosts. And I hope you'll join us for that overnight talk here on WCAB. Here's Sue Price now with a report from the Cherry Mountain Fire District. Sue, did you survive yesterday okay?
We did.
Yeah. A lot of flowers.
It was a long day, long 2 days. I think the girls stayed till 2 o'clock yesterday morning working on flowers. Then we're back before 6, so they were ready to leave last night.
I bet so. Well, I hope all the ladies that got flowers were happy.
Well, I hope so too. You try to please everybody, and once in a while you just can't. But anyway, we had a good day and a long day, but everything went good. And I think they did real good. Had sent out some beautiful stuff. I know. I got 56 degrees this morning. I'm a lot warmer than Lake Lure, so that's okay. I didn't have any calls from the fire department. Don't have any birthdays on my church calendar. On my personal calendar, I got a birthday for Phoebe Terry, so I hope she's going to have a good day today. And nothing on for Fairviews and nothing on First Broads for today, so not too many celebrating. Can you fill me in on what happened, Jim? Did they have another school shooting? We've been out of it for the last couple of days.
Yeah, down in Florida at a high school, 17 people killed in the school shooting.
Oh,
many more injured in the hospital today. But they killed a young fellow killed 17, and one of them was a coach, I think, and some other folks. We're not sure all the details on it just yet. They're still reeling those information facts in. But
oh, mercy!
Yeah, it happened yesterday.
Well, we just keep them all in prayer. That's terrible. I can't imagine it, and you just never know where it's going to happen.
You really don't. You really don't. There's a lot of anger out there in the world.
There is. Well, we just keep them in prayer and just...
Yep, we need to do that.
And I hope you'll have a good day today, Jim.
Thanks, sir. You too, and I'll see you next time.
Okay, bye-bye.
Cherry Mountain reporter Sue Price, 36 past the hour.
The Recliner Center is happy to introduce new styles of Spring Air mattresses. Some come with the cool gel that you're going to love. Remember the days when you could flip your mattress? Well, Spring Air is now offering the flippable mattress. Check out these for a really great night's sleep. The Recliner Center is needing to make room for some new styles of lift chairs, recliners, and sofas, and you're going to get some special deals on the floor models and extra inventory in the store. Now, you always know you get the best deals in town at the Recliner Center, and now's the best time to go shopping. Check on the inventory of new recliners, sofas, and lift chairs coming in. Now, some of the styles have a new water-repellent fabric. Water beads up instead of soaking into the fabric. Leave it to the Recliner Center to offer you the best choices and best prices. Ask to see the new wall hugger style furniture. Hours are Wednesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 2. The Recliner Center on Cooper's Gap Road in Rutherfordton.
Now let's head toward Union Mills and get the report from Brenda Kelly. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you on this tremendous Thursday?
Tremendous Thursday. Bob said I was looking good.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have some warm temperatures.
We are. It's going to feel like springtime almost.
That's right.
The birds will be chirping. And
I know I went out early and they were just singing. They know it's going to get warm.
Yeah. What time of the season do the hummingbirds come back?
Oh, they won't come back till, I can't remember what's the earliest I've seen them up here, but it has to be pretty warm. I'd say sometime in May.
Really?
But I might be wrong. It could be April, but I'm thinking May they start showing up, and when it starts getting warmer.
They'll start looking for that nectar, won't they?
That's exactly right. All the flowers that bloom, they'll go around each one. So I keep flowers on the front porch every year, and I quit doing the hummingbird feeders, but they'll come in there and they'll get all around them flowers. I plant petunias because they like to get them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I love to watch them.
Oh, I do too. It's amazing. Them wings just going a mile a minute.
But you better watch fast because they come and go real fast.
I know it, and I've been sitting out there on the front porch, and they'd zoom in, and I'd think, my goodness, it come out here hitting me. But they are pretty. Yeah, pretty little things.
They are.
Well, let's see, I've got 50 degrees on the front porch this morning. We've just got a variation of all kind of temperatures this morning, haven't we?
Yeah.
And then birthdays today, I've got Crystal Sheehan, and this next one, I cannot pronounce the last name, but I'll do the best I can. James Francis Yocovella, Yacoveli. And I'm sorry that I murdered your name, but I don't know how to pronounce it. But we hope
that looks pretty close.
And I don't have any on Round Hill. So we hope all these people have a great old big day on their special day. And in ways of announcements, the Gilkey School Community Center is going to have a concealed handgun safety course, and the cost is $50, and this will be February the 17th, excuse me, at 8 a.m. For information, call 429-7476 or 429-9075. Then we've got an auction at the White House Community Center on Painters Gap Road in Union Mills. This will be Saturday, February the 17th. Doors open at 4 p.m. and the auction starts at 6 p.m. The kitchen opens at 4, and they're going to have a barbecued plate with baked beans and slaw, and the price of that is $5. For information, call 828-625-4502 or 828-545-7161 for more details. And other than that, I don't guess I know of anything going on up here, but it was terrible about that school shooting in Florida yesterday. And that young man apparently was very troubled because they said his daddy died. Well, it was his adopted parents died 2 years ago, and then his adopted mother died in November. And somebody took him in, and I just thought he's probably wondering, you know, why his mama gave him up, and why his parents died and him so young, and everything. But I don't know what can be done for these children that are troubled. But he was expelled from the school, right?
He was, yes.
For having bullets at school?
I believe that's correct. They found some bullets in his backpack or something. He was forbidden to carry a backpack to school anymore. They finally suspended him, expelled him, and then I guess that anger got to him, and he came back and started shooting him up. And
they should have then tried, of course they might have, we don't know, tried to get help for him psychologically.
Right, and they may have, but after you've gone to the edge so close, it's hard to pull them back.
Yeah, but it's the signs are out there, but I guess you have to be trained to know what they are to get help for people. But I'm sorry for everybody down there, and I just thought on Valentine's Day, and you're thinking about love and how you love your children, how you love your mate, how you love your friends, and then that happened, and you got them people, parents that are waiting for their child to come out, and that child don't come out. I can't imagine that.
Breaks my heart.
Yeah, it does mine too, and I appreciate that song you played this morning about America and how the #1 TV show 30 years ago or whatever was Andy Griffin, and how they took prayer out of school, and that's when all the problems started.
I think you're right, Brenda. I think that's a really big part of that transition when they started kicking God out of the classroom and out of the school. People.
Mm-hmm. Because that was the only time some of the children had any access to the Holy Word.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. And somewhere there in the Scripture, I'm not sure exactly where it is, and I don't pretend to be a preacher, but somewhere in there in the Bible it says, God's word will not return unto me void. So anytime the word is planted in somebody's heart and mind through a verse of Scripture or a song, it does not leave that person. Yeah,
it stays. Yeah.
And if it's never implanted, then they have nothing to build on.
To go back on, that's right. You're exactly right. And I pray all the time that our leaders would get back to being God-fearing people, and our nation would get back to being a God-fearing nation. Yeah. We're way far from that now.
That's right. We don't need to be ashamed of the gospel.
No, we sure don't. But anyway, I don't know of anything else going on up here, so it's just we're going to have warm temperatures, but we may have a little sprinkle of rain.
We may. You keep up the good fight up there, and I'll see you next time.
Okay, catch you later.
Thanks, brother. Bye-bye. 7:44 here on this Thursday morning, tremendous Thursday morning. Remember, Dr. Bob's scheduled to be with us 8:30 this morning. Preston Barden with the Big Bamboo Tea Room will be here a little after 8 o'clock. The entire team at Crow's Funeral Home and Cremation Services can help you with options available. They will help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved one. During this time, it's important to turn to someone you can trust and depend on. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory has a long history of trust and dependability. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory. That's 286-2304. I don't know anywhere you can beat this price. Visit the drop-in every morning for a sausage biscuit for only $1.29. $1.29. But I'll tell you something even better. Get a sausage biscuit and a 12-ounce cup of hot and delicious S&D coffee for only $1.99. How about that? For lunch, golden fried chicken, breast box with potato wedges and roll, only $3.99. How about that? I'm talking a little southern here. How about that? Add a 32-ounce fountain drink or iced tea, and you have a lunch for under $5. How about that? Spring is not too far away, but there are still cold nights ahead, so the drop-in has clean and clear K1 kerosene available at West Main, Oak Street, and Shiloh locations. That's West Main, Forest City, Oak Street, and Shiloh locations. And for those lawnmowers and weed eaters, remember Sandy Mush location has non-ethanol gas. The Drop-In has you covered 7 days a week with ATM locations. The Drop-In and Major League's Deli are proud to be Rutherford County's Veterans Service Only Platinum sponsor. All veterans enjoy a 10% discount on all fountain items all day, every day. The Drop-In Stores has been serving Rutherford County since 1981. That's a while ago. Ronald Reagan was president back then. So come on, drop in. Luther Gilligan is on deck next with a report from Ellenboro. Good morning.
Good morning, you two. I want you to know I was a sweet boy when I went to bed last night.
I bet you were. Did your wife give you candy?
Yep.
Well.
I ate it. So I was sweet when I went to bed.
Ain't that sweet?
It was. Don't know about this morning, but I was sweet last night.
Yeah.
Through and through. But hey, it's a good day. It's a good day today. Hey, I got up, got my boots on, and stand up. It's going to be a great day today. But there's nothing going on. City Fire Department, they had 2 medical calls. They had one of them by 6 o'clock last night, the other one by 4 o'clock this morning. And I told them I was go early if we get that, but yeah, I was awake at 4 o'clock, so could have went. But nothing else happening down here. We always have birthday. Nicky Bridges, Nicky Brock's having one, and Maggie Hopper's having one, so that they have a great day and enjoy their day. Nothing else going on down here, Jim. You have a great day up there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Luther. Save me a piece of that candy, and I'll see you next time.
The candy's all gone now.
Oh.
Take care.
All right, see you. Luther Gilligan reporting out of Ellenboro. It's time for birthdays and anniversaries here on the program. If you are celebrating today, call 287-3356. Todd standing by if they're to take your call. We'll put all those together and have a drawing and give away some donuts from Granny B's this morning. Daylight Donuts from Granny B's coming up.
You know, when you need a plumber, you want someone with a reputation of getting right out to you and getting the job done for you the right way. That'll be Olmsted Plumbing. Since 1973, the Olmsted family has been serving homeowners and builders with the best of service. From unclogging a drain to replacing fixtures and appliances to remodeling jobs, their top quality work, fair prices, and punctual service has made them the area's leading plumbing firm. Eric and Chad are continuing that family tradition, and they'd like to serve you. Call 245-7302. Experience plus equipment equals excellence. Olmsted Plumbing at 245-7302.
Stop into Save-A-Lot Grocery and save big money every day. Choose from a variety of name brand merchandise at incredible low prices. Save big on fresh meats, vegetables, pastries, frozen foods, deli items, and so much more. They are located in the White Oaks Plaza in Spindale. Hours are Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. until 9 p.m. and Sunday, 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. That's Save-A-Lot Grocery Store in the White Oaks Plaza in Spindale.
That's really something to crow about. It's the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's in Spindale. Get yours today. While they're fresh, they're good, they're delicious. It's Daylight Donuts. It's something to crow about.
Happy birthday. Well, happy anniversary, second day to Tim and Sue Sperlin over at Forest City. 31st anniversary yesterday. We're being kind to them today. Also celebrating is Tim and Shelley Smith of Golden Valley. Their anniversary was yesterday also. Michael and Sheila Trotter, 16th anniversary. They live in the Chase community. Laura Harris over in the Chase community is having a birthday today. And Susie Hennessy is 88 up in Sunshine. I want to wish all these folks a happy, and all the names to be in the drawing for the donuts this morning. Crystal Sheehan and James Francis Giacovelli also celebrating today. So happy birthday, happy anniversary. And we'll see who wins in just a moment.
I love working with can-do people. These are the individuals who, against incredible odds, find a way to get things done. They are short on complaints and long on solutions. It is the kind of person who is not devastated by the loss of a job or the financial reverses of the stock market. Can-do people face the hard times with a resolve and a confidence which confounds the pessimist. Ulysses S. Grant was a can-do person. Tapped by President Lincoln to be one of his main generals, he was charged with major military responsibilities and engaging the enemy. While supplies were probably always lacking, Grant found a way to get the job done without complaint. He said, "Should my success be less than I desire and expect, the least that I can say is, the fault is not with you, Mr. President." Grant stands in stark contrast to General McClellan, who never felt that he had enough supplies and only reluctantly engaged the enemy. Do you initiate or do you complain? The Apostle Paul said, "I have learned to be content regardless of the circumstances, and furthermore, I can do all things through him who strengthens me." Your future success may be determined by your attitude toward your current circumstances. This is Bill Hostler with today's key to confident living.
And big congratulations going out to Susie Hennessy of Sunshine. Susie's 88 today, and she's just won the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's. And we'll have that certificate over here for Susie to pick up and take over there and claim those donuts. Coming up next hour, we got a special guest in the studio with me this morning, Preston Barton, the owner-operator, along with his wife, the Big Bamboo Tea Room over in Rutherfordton. We'll be talking with him about what's available, what's that all about, what are those teas, and what can we do to improve ourselves. Preston Barton, my guest this morning. About 8:10, and then 8:30 this morning, it's Dr. Bob, 8:35 Dr. Bob, talking about living healthy naturally. All straight ahead here on WCAB Rutherfordton.
More than a dozen injured.
I'm Jim Crusul in South Florida. A Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School math teacher who had 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz in class last year says the teen had threatened other students and that he was not allowed on campus with a backpack. Teacher Jim Gard says school administrators even sent the staff an email warning of Cruz's threats.
Governor Roy Cooper says he will let a bill pass without his signature that will deal with issues over class size mandates, but also include unrelated provisions connected to the Atlantic Coast Pipeline and combined elections and ethics board. The Democratic governor met with reporters at the governor's mansion and lashed out at GOP lawmakers.
There's no help to schools with construction cost, which is needed even with the phase-in class size requirement.
President Trump will consider supporting a 25-cent per gallon tax on gas to help pay for infrastructure. Details from CBS News' Diane King Hall.
The president signaled his openness to the tax hike during a White House meeting, according to Delaware Senator Tom Carper. The federal gas tax pays for most federal surface transportation spending, currently at 18.4 cents a gallon. It hasn't increased since 1993. A White House spokeswoman said everything is on the table.
A sheriff's deputy in North Carolina has been cleared after he used pepper spray on a high school student. Cumberland County Sheriff's Lieutenant Stephen Swain said in a statement that Deputy Tasia Murray did not act improperly when he used pepper spray on a student at 71st High School in Fayetteville on February 6. 2 more people have been sentenced to prison for their role in the 2015 kidnapping and slaying of a Whiteville woman. Michael Williams and Kayla Turner pleaded guilty on Monday. You're listening to NCN News.
Break away from the everyday to Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue.
Okay, in less than 30 seconds, I know I can make you hungry. Ready? Here we go. Chicken breast, chicken wing, drumstick, pulled pork barbecue, potato salad, coleslaw, sweet iced tea. I don't know about you, but I'm starving. Where am I going? I'm headed to Smithfield's.
Break away from the everyday to Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue.
Who is the North Carolina High School Athletic Association?
We're dedicated educators, coaches, and mentors.
We are over 200,000 student athletes.
We are 413 member high schools from small towns and big cities, anywhere from Murphy to Manteo.
We're your neighbors and friends that put on the striped shirts and officiate the games you love every week.
We are making a difference in building leaders of communities and this nation for the next generation.
Who are we? We are high school. We are the NCHSAA.
A grand jury has indicted a Jacksonville woman's live-in boyfriend in the death of her 3-year-old girl. The Onslow County grand jury indicted Earl Kemry on charges including first-degree murder and felony child abuse, inflicting serious bodily injury in the death of Moriah Woods. The chief counsel for U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement in Seattle has been charged with stealing immigrants' identities. Reporter Jessia O says it's believed that Rafael Sanchez allegedly lifted the identities of 7 people in an effort to defraud credit card companies.
It's really just mind-numbing to think that the head official who's responsible for the legal department overseeing the immigration enforcement's work here in the state of Washington is evidently set to plead to these charges.
Immigration advocates like Matt Adams are stunned by the accusations. According to documents, Sanchez stole information from 7 immigrants while he was overseeing various stages of their court proceedings.
And how many cases are not identified?
We asked Sanchez about the accusations, but he didn't want to comment.
A Greenville woman and an 18-year-old child escaped injury after the car they were in crashed into a business. Emergency personnel said there were 4 people inside the store when the car crashed on Wednesday. Concussions are a growing concern in tackle sports like football. CBS News correspondent Deborah Rodriguez says there's a new, quicker way to diagnose them.
The FDA has approved a blood test to detect concussions, which can also identify possible brain injuries. It's called the Banyan Brain Trauma Indicator. It's expected to reduce the number of people exposed to radiation through CT scans, which are currently used to detect brain tissue damage and lesions. The blood test measures levels of proteins called UCHL1s and GFAP, both released from the brain into the blood, both indicators of lesions. The blood test has been found to be effective in more than 90% of cases.
We are country at its best with a blend of yesterday's memories. WCAB, Rutherfordton.
Gabriel Cooper, a student at the Parkland, Florida High School, where a rampage left 17 people dead.
This is one of the safest schools, and I make sure that you're safe on campus. I'm going to be safest school.
The suspect, 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz, is being held right now on 17 counts of first-degree murder. He's accused of opening fire with an July 15th semi assault rifle. ABC's Karen Travel says the president has just now tweeted about the attack. President writing,
so many signs that the Florida shooter was mentally disturbed, even expelled from school for bad and erratic behavior. Neighbors and classmates knew he was a big problem. President Trump also adding, must always report such instances to authorities again and again.
But Jim Lewis, the lawyer for the family who took in Nicholas Cruz after his mother died in November, tells ABC News the family did not see this coming.
They're not social media people, okay? They don't go on to it. Haven't really spoke to the son that much about it, but simply the son indicated to me they saw nothing like this coming.
ABC's Ryan Burrow is in Parkland, Florida.
More than a dozen people remain hospitalized from the shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, including 5 who are said to be in critical condition with life-threatening injuries. With 17 deaths, this shooting marks the 3rd deadliest school shooting in American history, behind Virginia Tech and Sandy Hook. It's also the 18th school shooting so far this year, and we're only halfway through February. Ryan Burrow, ABC News, Parkland, Florida.
In other news, the vote could come as early as today on a new proposal from a bipartisan group of senators on immigration. Under the plan, 1.8 million Dreamers would get a path to citizenship. Secretary of Defense James Mattis is meeting with NATO leaders in Brussels this morning, talking about the fight against terror.
Although 98% of the territory once held by ISIS in Iraq and Syria has been liberated, the fight is not over. And we recognize and agreed to remain committed to the immediate and longer-term missions.
This is ABC News.
With the stock market at all-time highs, cash in your profits now and invest in an asset that can potentially pay for up to 20 or more years. That's the sound of a producing oil well and the sound of a smart investment. If you're an SEC-defined accredited investor, you can take advantage of Encore Energy's projects. Call now to learn how you can potentially achieve 20 or more years of income and deduct 100% of every dollar invested against all forms of income. Call 1-800-803-8511. That's 1-800-803-8511. Oil investments involve a high degree of risk and actual results may vary.
It's time to join the millions of people using Zoom video conferencing. Turn any size conference room, huddle room, or executive office into a Zoom room with flawless HD video, crystal clear audio, and instant wireless sharing. It'll even work with your existing hardware. Start your meetings with a single touch or use Zoom's new voice command feature. Hey Zoom, start meeting. Huddle happy. Visit zoom.us to set up your free Zoom room trial today. That's zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
Secretary of Veterans Affairs is expected on Capitol Hill this morning to talk with lawmakers about the president's budget proposal, but he could be facing a lot of questions about the travel costs he's been racking up.
In a blistering report, the Inspector General says Shulkin inappropriately accepted tickets to Wimbledon last year worth thousands of dollars. Shulkin calls it a one-sided account, that he was simply enjoying some personal time with his wife. But this came during an 11-day government trip, costing taxpayers $122,000, and investigators say he spent most of his time as a tourist, using a government aide as a personal concierge. His wife's bills were footed by taxpayers too. When pressed on why she was needed, a staffer allegedly changed an email to justify it. Brad Milkey, ABC News.
South African President Jacob Zuma, he's out.
As the pressure mounted, the country tuned in and listened intensely for the key words uttered by the outgoing South African leader.
The ANC should never be divided in my name. I have therefore come to the decision to resign as President of the Republic with immediate effect.
Zuma's tenure was marred by years of corruption scandals. His replacement, Acting President Cyril Ramaphosa. Tom Rivers, ABC News at the Foreign Desk.
On the most-watched TV show in the world airs tonight. It's not the Super Bowl either. About 500 million people are expected to tune in for the Spring Festival Gala in China. This is ABC News.
A good night's sleep starts with the right pillow. That's where MyPillow comes in, and we're excited to announce the new 4-pack special. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 4-pack special tab, and save 50% off the 4-pack, which includes 2 MyPillow Premiums and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. Use promo code SKY at checkout or call 1-800-635-1825. That's 1-800-635-1825. Or go to MyPillow.com, click the 4-pack special tab, and use promo code SKY at checkout.
I'm sure.
We saw temperatures rising yesterday. They go up even more so for the day today. Overall, it should be partly cloudy for this afternoon, breezy, a slight chance for a shower. Our high temperature in the low to mid 70s. For tonight, it's partly cloudy and it's warm. The low only in the lower 60s. Friday is partly to mostly cloudy. We've got a cold front moving on by during the afternoon. Some showers are possible. Mid to upper 70s, the highs. It's a cold rain for the day on Saturday. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
Thanks very much, Mike Mays. It is cloudy this morning. We may get some sun after a while. There's mostly cloudy, though, throughout today. And right now we're starting out at 56, warming up to 74 before it's all over with, and wind gusting to about 23 miles per hour today, dropping back to 58 tonight, and gusting winds of 21 miles per hour. Now, scattered showers is in the forecast every day this week, but it's going to be coming and going. A little bit of light scattered shower, maybe some mist falling. But we may get to see some sun before it's all over with this week as well. And by Saturday, it looks like it's going to be 80% chance of showers. Highs around 49 on Saturday. And then on Sunday, partly cloudy with isolated showers. Highs around 59. And again, right now, cloudy and 56 degrees here at WCAB in beautiful downtown Whiteside Road. Congratulations to Susie Hennessy of Sunshine. She's 88 today, and she won the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's this morning. And we're being kind to Tim and Sue Sperling on their 31st wedding anniversary. They had their wedding anniversary yesterday on Valentine's Day. We're honoring them today. They live over in Forest City, so congratulations to them. I'm honored this morning to have in the studio with me some special guests and friends I met just a week or so ago. I'm happy to have in the studio is Preston Martin and his wife Barbara, and they're the owners and operators of the Big Bamboo Tea Room. Welcome.
Morning, Jim. Thank you.
Glad to have you here this morning. I was so fascinated with what you do over there at the Big Bamboo Tea Room, and I wanted to have you come in and give a little bit of exposure to what you're doing, because I know you're excited about your business. Tell us about the Big Bamboo Tea Room. What is that all about?
Well, Jim, not too long ago, we were drawn to town by a family, and throughout my life, growing up on a farm in Indiana, we used herbal remedies for a lot of things. Insect bites, nauseous stomach. So as I grew, joined the Army, got into the military, started learning more about the herbal remedies. Now we own a store where you can come in and have a free cup of tea. If you're not feeling well, I'll try to help with the teas. You don't have to have a reason to come in. You come to sit down, relax. You'd be amazed. I have about 2,000 different recipes that we can use for what ails you. My mom used to say, for whatever ails you, we got it.
Now, what are some of the things, some of the symptoms that you have seen these teas help? That when they drink some tea, what's some of that you could help with?
One of my favorites, one that I always go to, is bay leaf. We cook with bay leaf all the time, but it's an anti-inflammatory and a pain reliever. So if somebody comes in and says, well, my legs are tired or my back hurts, I'll put bay leaf in the base to start with. And usually within about 15 minutes, people are saying, yeah, I feel better. So we can make a week's worth, which we then sell for a few dollars. Or you come back and have another cup of tea, and we keep trying until we find something that works. Chamomile is a local tea. You can buy it in the store. It's a great relaxing tea. It's also good for toothaches, passing gas, good for babies, diluted, great for headaches. Lavender is another one. On the way here today, I was thinking to myself, I'm like a kid in a candy store, because all the herbs, all the trees, the flowers have a purpose in our life, or seem to. I'm still discovering. We've been doing this about 40 years, and I'm still learning. People local here have yellow dock, yellow root, things that they use. So everywhere we go, somebody has something to show me.
So you've been doing this about 40 years, so I bet over the years you've learned a lot about the different kinds of natural products that indeed are helpful for people. How did you first come in contact with the first idea that a herbal tea was good for you?
I had joined the military at 17 and ended up being stationed in Hawaii, where a place was offering martial art lessons. So I thought, well, I go learn karate. And it was a Buddhist temple in Hawaii, and they were wanting to teach people a better way of living, a more natural way of living, a more harmonic way of living. And it interested me, so I stayed. And there they used the herbs as just part of the cycle of nature that we all are in. Finding that pattern, that rhythm, helps our bodies live better, function better. Storms come when the elements are in disharmony, and so disease comes when the body is in disharmony. We try to bring it back together, where the mind, the body, the heart, the emotions, the food we eat, all work together to make the machine run better.
Barbara, you're there with him in the business as well. When he's not there, you're sort of running the shop over there.
Yes.
Are you seeing folks that are coming in, drinking tea, walking away, feeling like they were glad they came?
Yes. Yeah, still a few people have come in this week that didn't know we were here, and they passed by. We're on Charlotte Road. It's a little bit busy, so a lot of times people are in a hurry. It's like, oh, I pass by this place all the time, so I wanted to stop and see what it's all about.
When you first opened, of course, you rolled on another side street, or this visibility there on Charlotte Road. You're right, it is busy. It's difficult sometimes to pull in all of a sudden, but it is a great location. How many different teas do you carry there to Bamboo House?
Well, like Preston said, we have like about 2,000 different combinations. We have about 100 herbs that we could blend together.
If I were to come in and say, all right, I've got sciatica problem in my back, what would you recommend?
One of the first, I'd go to the bay leaf. Coriander is another good flavor. We use it in candies and cakes and cooking. But mixed together, some elements, some herbs help each other. Mustard seed is one that activates the broccoli, the sulforaphane, that's supposed to be the superfood in broccoli sprouts. Mm-hmm. But if you eat mustard with it, it activates that sulforaphane, so it works quicker, helps it pass through the body. With sciatic pain, I have herbs as strong as valerian, which they make Valium from, used once in a while for insomnia, severe pain. Eucalyptus, you can make a tea, and then the herbs that are left over from the tea you use as a poultice. You put it right on the sore spot. And then I'd probably say something like, well, sit up straight. My mom used to tell my back, well, sit up straight, you won't have that.
Now you have an interesting background, Preston. A lot of, I believe you kung fu artist and competed nationally in some competitions. Tell us a little bit about that history.
I had a teacher that was not into going to competitions and things, and I had come back to the United States after being in the temple for 2 years, and met a Japanese gentleman, Professor Hayashi, and when I started explaining to him about all I knew, he asked if I was going to teach him, and I said no, and he said, well, then be quiet. And there it started instructing me in judo and jiu-jitsu, what's called bujitsu, the root of aikido, kendo, and judo. So 10 years after he had passed away, I thought, well, I'd like to try competition. It's very expensive, it's very fun, a lot of like-minded people, good people, also very strenuous on the muscles and back. I carried a lot of bay leaf with me for that. Went on Indiana State, got third in the state, which qualified me for the national judo competition. So for 3 years in a row, Barb and I and the kids, we'd go to different places and participate in the national judo competitions. I was consistent, but I was consistently third. So I didn't go very far, but I had a lot of fun.
But you stayed in shape, right?
Stayed in shape. Today we teach Tai Chi there at the tea shop. I do teach other martial arts when I have the space available. Mm-hmm. We were on Court Street. We moved to 252 Charlotte Road, and that space is a little smaller for that kind of activity. But the Tai Chi is wonderful, and even in the Kung Fu, Karate, any of the martial arts that I would teach, we start with the Tai Chi. It's a base for everybody, like the teas. We make a base for it, a good place to start.
Now that Tai Chi, as I understand it, is a modality for relaxing and healthy living itself, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. The thoughts, kind of like a hobby, take you away. You're able to relax. We teach you how to breathe in a form that regulates everything. If you regulate your breathing by counting your breaths, you regulate your mind. Your heart rate starts to drop. Your blood pressure comes down. Some of the anxieties start to drift away, and you're concentrating on taking a correct step or making a correct move. It's great relaxation. They call it moving meditation, and we teach sitting still meditation. It's a great way, and I have people that come in that just want to do just that. Just help me learn how to relax. I get nervous before talking to people, or I get nervous before school, or an assignment's due, or a project is due, applying for a new job. We had a gentleman that come in, just wanted to sit. They want tea. It was the ambiance of the place. We have some, it's set up in kind of a Chinese tea shop ambiance. So people come in, he said, I need my dose of Zen. Try to have good conversation, positive conversation. I have to give glory to God. Everything I have and everything I am is because of Him. Without Him, I'd be nothing, and we try to pass that off too. It's not just what we do, but also what we say and what we believe, and that's kind of how we live. If I have a problem, matter of fact, I had a little flu a few months ago, and Barbara made me a tea, and I looked at it, and honey, there's 12 things in here. You don't need to give me 12 different herbs. And then I realized I was able to breathe better, and 4 hours later I was still breathing better. And I said, you know what, honey, never mind. Don't listen to me. Just do what you do. It was a great tea. And it's just part of how we live. We want to pass that on to our children, to our friends, to the world. Each person making their own life a little better. We all live a little better.
So the teas then helped you overcome the flu? Helped you beat the flu?
Absolutely. Echinacea is one of those probiotics. It's not necessarily an antibiotic, but it's great for preventing flus, taking care of them. Sassafras, which grows locally too, is what they call a blood purifier. So anything in the infections of flu, fever, it can help with. And I have to say, too, that I'm not a doctor, and you should always consult a doctor before doing anything different in your routine, eating or drinking anything that you're not sure about. Always check it out first with a doctor. I've been practicing a long time, and in 40 years, I've never seen anybody have a bad reaction to herbs. Normally, if you're allergic or have that kind of reaction, it passes quickly because it's more natural. But always err on the safe side. Always check, cross-reference. We have 10 or 12 different books that we get an herb, we look it up. Every herb that I have, I've taken at some point. Somebody brought in some yellow root the other day, and the first thing I did, besides looking it up in the book, was I tested it. I try it first. I won't let anybody have something that I haven't said, well, didn't hurt me. But I always check too and ask for allergies. We have kind of a little questionnaire we go through, what's bothering you, and was it an accident, or did you sleep wrong? Different causes. If we can, the teas help the symptoms, but we'd like to get to the root of what's bothering you. It might be sitting up straight. We'll fix your back. Sometimes good stretching, mild stretching, not so impactful. Yoga is a great way to do things too. I recommend any kind of movement in the body. We're just meant to be moving.
What is over the years of your practice, you've been doing this a long, long time, over the years of your practice, what is the most unique, I guess, for lack of a better word, problem or ailment that somebody came to you and you were able to fix with the herbs?
What would you say?
The emergency. They got the ant bites.
We had one emergency since we've been in Rutherford. A gentleman was working in a wood pile and got in some of the fire ants. And he had about, a lot of bites on his right hand, and it was hugely swollen when he came into the store. And I said, well, you need to go see a doctor. No, I'm fine. I feel good. He said it actually happened yesterday. I said, it's still swollen. Need to see a doctor. He said, well, the ant bites, he said, I've had bad knees for years, and the ant bites have made the pain go away in my knees. And I said, well, I know they do use venom for different antitoxins and things. So that makes sense. So we got him some ice, put his hand on ice, and then made him a tea, and the swelling, within about a half hour, started coming back down. He was feeling better. The color was coming better. I still recommend any kind of injury, you need to see a doctor. But that's a personal choice, too. On your way to the doctor, come have a tea. After you see the doctor, and they tell you, well, we're going to give you this or that, and you may have headaches or nausea, come see me. We can help with that, too. Side effects from other drugs.
Anxiety, nervousness, you said you could cure that with somebody who just every day wake up with a lot of anxiety in their life because whatever reason may be there. You can help with that.
Usually, yes. I would say there's a way out. If you're waking up depressed, anxious, sad, angry, Beside the teas, there is a good conversation. Being Christian, we want to confess to one another, and we want to give good advice, good orderly direction. God, I heard that one time. So sometimes answers come not necessarily from me, but by bouncing things off of me, and I'll give ideas back, and we try to look for a solution to every problem. And in the looking, sometimes we find them, and other times it just sparks people to, I know what I'm going to do, or what I can do.
Barbara, Dr. Bob, who's on following y'all today, he's on every Thursday morning at 8:30. He says a lot of times about natural herbs, the proof is in the pudding. In other words, he like you say, he tries everything before he recommends it. Have you seen that the proof's in the pudding when these herbs and teas that you recommend?
Yes. Yeah, one of my favorites is chamomile, peppermint, and lavender. It tastes good together. It's a good combination, and it's good for pain, swelling. Like President said, chamomile is good for toothache. And it's just a very good relaxing tea.
Is that something, these teas that you're recommending or celebrate, is that something one needs to take every day, or just every other day, or a routine of once a week, or what kind of routine should one get into with drinking these teas?
The store-bought teas and even some of our herbs are fine to have every day if you like them. Somebody had asked me about the valerian root and asked, well, how do you know when to use it, or how often to use it? And I say, well, when you need it, use it. If you don't need it, like sassafras, don't use it. Unless you want just a nice tea. Sometimes the flavor of sassafras tastes like root beer. But on average, teas every day won't hurt because they're herbs. They're natural if they're not chemicals in it. But some you wouldn't necessarily want every day, like sassafras. There's an oil called saffrol in it that if you buy it in the grocery store, that oil has been removed because an abundance of it can make you nauseous, make you not feel well. So what I do when I blend somebody a tea is they try it. They want a week's worth, I'll sell them a week's worth. And then after 2 weeks, we change some of the herb elements so they don't become immune to it, so the body takes out of it what it can use. So if you had bay leaf, mint, and chamomile, in 2 weeks, I might take out the bay leaf and put in eucalyptus or another herb. Senna is another good herb. Birch, great for gallstones and kidney stones.
Birch is good for gallstones?
Birch leaves, yes, sir. Juniper berry is also good for... Some of these that I don't carry, because I try to pick natural, and some of them, like the juniper berries, I don't have any in stock, but stores like Plum Natural, we've gone there to get herbs. These stores are great. Especially for people who don't want to go in the woods, who don't necessarily know how to identify plants. Go to your local herb stores and herb dealers, supplement dealers. Plum Natural has a lot of good stuff.
Of all the years you've been doing this with the natural teas and herbs, Barbara, have you ever known anybody that was allergic to any of these?
No. We had one friend that would help us pick the sassafras. And he had a rash on his hands, so we thought it was from the sassafras. But he would drink the tea and have no reaction. So I think maybe he got into some poison ivy or something else while we were out in the woods.
So regardless of a person's health, there's no reaction to any of the herbs that you're selling.
Right. I haven't seen anything but good. I think since we've been here 2 years, open a little over a year, only one person has had no reaction. No, I don't feel anything. It's a nice tea, thank you. Everybody else has been, I'll be back. Once they come in and try it and sit down, and we offer a free cup. If you come in and don't feel good, tell me about it. I'll try to help. If it helps, we keep track of the recipes that we use. We'll make more of it for you. If it doesn't help, you're welcome to come back and have another free cup, another day, and we'll try a different recipe. We'll work with you to find out what we can do to help.
Yeah, do you buy a bag of tea? Do you buy several bags of tea, or is the bag of tea buys it several mixtures, or how's it sold? You mix it based on what they need, and you can buy it in one bag, or do you need to buy several bags?
It's usually in one bag. I'll put up to 2 weeks. We sell 7 days is $10. Okay. So if you have a tea and you say, oh, well, I like that lavender, mint, and bay leaf, I'll put 7 days worth in a bag for $10 or up to 2 weeks.
That's very reasonable.
We try to make it that way. We wanted people to just get used to doing this in their own life. It's not a secret. I'm kind of like, it's like a kid in a candy store when you realize that all the things God has put here for us, all the natural things, really do work. Kind of coming back to the old folklore, the old remedies that Grandma had and great-grandma had. And they had them and they kept them, they wrote them down because they worked. Not for everybody, not everybody, not everything works the first time. So that's why we offer the free cup, come back, try again.
And these teas that you sell, and people can mix at home, brew it at home, there's no caffeine in any of this either, right? Or is there?
No, we can put caffeine. Some of the herbs do have caffeine. Green tea has caffeine in it. Yeah. I have chicory, which doesn't have caffeine but works like that. So some herbs do. Most of mine don't. Most of the natural herbs don't have it, or they have such a minimal amount. It's not, you don't register it. We have a scale for caffeine. The same thing with sugars. Diabetics can't necessarily have sugar. So it's always good to let us know if you have any kind of ailment like that. We have licorice root. The flavor of licorice is anise and fennel, but the actual licorice root is 10 times sweeter than sugar. And it's great for diabetics who can't have sugar, or anybody who doesn't want to have sugar. But then again, that too, you don't want to use too much of it for too long. It becomes a laxative.
Yeah. Well, you're very welcoming over there. I would encourage folks if they have any further questions about this, just stop by. And if you're not there, Barbara can certainly, she has a lot of the answers as well. And she knows the business quite well. And what are your hours?
Generally, we're open 9 to 9 every day. Sunday is our day off, but we're there on Sunday. So if the sign's not lit and you're not feeling good, come knock on the door. We'll try to see what we can do. But normally, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 9 every day.
That's Charlotte Road there in Rutherford. If you're leaving town, going up the hill on the right. If you're coming down from the hill, it'll be on the left. And just pull in there, and Preston and Barbara Barton will make you feel very welcome. And they can help you with any ailment that you might have. They've got some answers in terms of herbal tea. I've enjoyed my conversation with you. Thank you for doing it.
Thank you.
And welcome to Rutherford.
Thank you.
Thank you. The tea you made for me the other day was absolutely delicious.
Awesome. Come back and have some more.
I will. I'll come back over there and work on all these things got going on with me. I'll find me some tea that fits.
All right.
We'll join North Carolina Sports already in progress. Before we do that, we're going to have the Sheriff's Report coming up with Sheriff Chris Francis.
24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 111 calls for service. There have been 8 arrests processed at county jail. Currently incarcerated, we have 174. Among those arrests, Twinessa Marie Boykins, 24-year-old white female, Forest City, was charged with 2 counts of failure to appear and received a $500 secured bond. Aaron Christopher Hayes, 27-year-old white male of Candler, was charged with driving while license revoked, possession of Schedule 6, and 2 counts of failure to appear and received a $1,500 secured bond. Alan Van Britt, 46-year-old white male of Forest City, was charged with possession of meth and received a $10,000 unsecured bond. Among the incidents, we had ID theft on Fox's Trail in Lake Lure. The victim had given Social Security number and other information. She saw an AT&T pop-up online and later contacted AT&T and realized it was not legitimate. We also had a damage to property, felony larceny, Cemetery Road in Boston. There was a vacant house that had a heat pump and a water pump gone, as well as an electrical panel box was stolen, and some of the walls have been damaged. It looks like they might have got some of the wires out of them. We had a misdemeanor larceny on Doggett Road in Forest City. A temporary tag from vehicle VC71118, valued at $40, was lost or stolen. We had a break and enter and larceny on W.V. Thompson Road, where a Poland chainsaw looks like 2. One was a 16-inch, one was an 18-inch. Both were taken, both valued at $200. Also was a Craftsman air compressor valued at $400 taken in that instant from a garage there. We also had a break and enter and larceny, Goose Creek Church Road. This was the fellowship hall of the church, and then someone took a LG TV and remote valued at $250 in that instant. Jim, that's what we had to report today.
You
You do a lot. At Northland, we do internet. You do sports. We do internet that makes games easy to stream. You do movies. We do internet that gives you a world of choices. You do family. We do internet that sounds like the real thing. And now you can get speeds up to 100 megs with internet packages starting at $29.99 a month. Call 888 Northland or visit getnorthland.com today. All rates and tax and fees not available in all areas. Additional restrictions and conditions apply. Actual speeds may vary. See getnorthland.com/offers for full details.
This is Pam with the Home Medical Department at Smith's Drugs of Forest City. We carry several products for CPAP therapy that includes wipes, distilled gallons of water, a CPAP hose cleaning tool, a CPAP pillow, and of course the regular supplies of masks, filters, and other maintenance products. Come in or call us for any of your CPAP needs. Thank you and have a happy new year from all of us at Smith's Drugs of Forest City, 139 East Main Street, 245-4591.
Did you know that Rutherford County's largest pediatrics practice has 5 providers to serve the children and youth of this area? And even better, Rutherford Children's Care is welcoming new patients. With 3 physicians and 2 mid-level providers, the group is available to examine, diagnose, and treat patients from birth to age 18. Rutherford Children's Care is conveniently located at 162 Commercial Drive in Forest City, just behind Big Dave's Restaurant. To schedule an appointment, call Rutherford Children's Care at 828-287-9325.
We saw temperatures rising yesterday. They go up even more so for the day today. Overall, it should be partly cloudy for this afternoon, breezy, a slight chance for a shower. Our high temperature in the low to mid 70s. For tonight, it's partly cloudy and it's warm. The low only in the lower 60s. Friday is partly to mostly cloudy. We've got a cold front moving on by during the afternoon. Some showers are possible. Mid to upper 70s the highs. It's a cold rain for the day on Saturday. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
56 degrees still this morning and cloudy skies here in the Rutherford area. Warming up to about 74. Boy, we had a big difference if we woke up this morning, a temperature as opposed to yesterday morning. Yesterday morning it was 38. This morning 57. So that's a big, big difference. Right now it's 56. It'll start climbing after a bit. And we have rain in the forecast every day, but some days a very light chance, like today, 20% chance. Wind's going to be gusting today, about 23 miles per hour. On Saturday, we have an 80% chance of rain, 49%.
Grocery Store Medicine and Healthy Life Anecdotes is paid for by Dr. Bob Crummy. The opinions expressed on this program by Dr. Crummy are not necessarily those of the owner and staff of WCAB. You are invited to call your questions in live now to Dr. Bob at 287-3356. And now live in the studio, here is Dr. Bob Crummy.
Well, Dr. Bob is not live in the studio this morning. He is on the road somewhere this morning, and he called in and said he would like to phone in this morning with his program, and we're trying to make contact with him now. He gave us a number to reach him, and I don't know, he's somewhere out there in the, I don't know if he's been beamed up by Scotty or not this morning, but he's out there somewhere. Doesn't want to do his program, so it'll take us just a few minutes to get him on the program. If he remembers and got his phone close by, he's may have that phone in his briefcase still, or in his luggage. So somewhere doesn't hear it ring this morning. Keep trying, Todd. We'll see if we can reach him here in a few minutes. I thought the interesting conversation just a moment ago with Preston Barden and Barbara Barden. They're the owners, operators of the Big Bamboo Tea Room. When I first saw them in town a year or so ago, I wondered, what is that Big Bamboo Tea Room? And as I learned more about it, it's teas that are formulated for your personal health. And if you have any kind of situation that you don't know too much about what to do, the tea come by. They have a free tea every day they can give you, and the tips are appreciated. They don't charge for the free tea, but they do charge you if you buy bags of tea. They will certainly do that. It is common teas like rose hip for headache and dizziness, chamomile for pain, fever, stomach cramps, and colic, peppermint for nervousness, insomnia, heartburn, and nausea. They also offer classes in herbal remedies, Tai Chi and meditation, acupuncture, massage therapy, Kung Fu, and Jiu-Jitsu. They have a gift shop of teapots, bamboo flutes, jewelry, tie-dye, and other handcrafted items. All right, don't pay the ransom, folks. He has escaped. Here's Dr. Bob on the phone right now. Dr. Bob, how you doing this morning?
Jim, Bishop, is a beautiful day, and I feel wonderful. I'm in Indiana right now with my son, Reed Crummy. By the way, yesterday was his birthday.
Well, happy birthday to Reed, little day late.
Well, I'll tell him you said that, and I'm having a great time, but we've had all kinds of trucking problems, and I've watched him handle them real well.
Yeah, so you're with him and on the truck traveling then, huh?
I'm with him and on the truck driving, but I got some things I want to share with our listeners if you don't have any calls yet.
We got a couple of questions, and then we'll toss those out, then I'll let you go with what you have for us. Is that okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Somebody thinks they have the shingles, and they want to know what to do about it.
Well, the shingles, number one, you just got to keep it clean and let it run its course. And the main thing to do is get you an aloe vera plant and slice the leaves open and take the gel from the thing and rub over the lesions, rub over the shingles. Now, if the shingles is painful, and it is with a lot of people, it will take the pain away in about 30 minutes. It's great. The more you put it on the shingles, the better it's going to be. The other thing it will do is it simply will speed up healing. Shingles on its own, if you just keep it clean and dry and so forth, will heal in about, it varies from, 4 weeks to 12 weeks. If you put aloe vera juice on it 2 or 3 times a day, it'll heal up in a week, dry up in a week. And listen, the studies I've read about show that these shots for shingles do not help. In fact, if anything, they'll probably increase your opportunities of getting shingles. But the thing about this is all about the money, and they make a lot of money giving these shots, and so they're not about to change.
All right, another question called in. An elderly lady said she lost her husband last year and having a hard time dealing with it, and she wants to know how you cope with it after having lost your wife.
Well, I'll tell her with great difficulty. And the thing about it is, I would love to talk with her. I'll be back in town tonight. If you'll just give me a call, we can get together and have some mutual sympathy with one another. We'll never recover from this, but we just get over it and life goes on. And the one thing you need to do is you need to have companionship, and you need to have it with the opposite sex, in terms of being able to relate and talk and get your feelings and your thoughts out and this sort of thing. But family helps, friends help. It helps to have had a wonderful, loving relationship with your spouse. If you do, you can remind yourself on what a lucky person you were to have them. Now, I think I was so lucky to have had my wife. And every time I start thinking about the situation, I get tearful. Let's see, she died May 14th, 2017. And, it's kind of like they say it takes at least a year to kind of, start recovering from the grief of someone in the family that dies. If you had children, that's kind of helpful. You can, they can help you with this kind of situation. But it's just a difficult thing to handle. But you handle it by talking with friends. And if you can find someone like this lady found me, and we can start talking, and if there are others involved that would like to do something like this, that'd be helpful too.
Another question just came in. Can you suggest a natural pain reliever besides some good old white lightning?
Besides some good old what?
Good old white lightning.
What do they call that?
Moonshine?
Indigent whiskey. They make it at Sunshine. What do they call that?
Moonshine?
Yeah, they call it something like it's a kind of form of Scotch. They call it Indignant.
I don't know.
I think that's the name of it. But yes, I can. There's something great for pain, and this gal named Lolitha, who's probably the best herbologist in the country, recommends this. It's 4 herbs. The first is raw honey, a tablespoon of raw honey. Mix it with a teaspoon of powdered garlic. Mix that with a half of a teaspoon of clove powder. And then put a touch of cayenne pepper in it. And when I say a touch, I just mean a touch. Just a little bit, just enough to see it. And stir it up, and if you want to, you can mix it with warm water, or you can just take it like that in the form. And if you'll take a little bit of that, like a teaspoon or tablespoon of that, or if you put it in a glass of water, half a glass of that, if you'll drink it about every 30 minutes, your pain will go away. It's absolutely magical. If it doesn't increase the contents of what I said and just keep going up on it.
Dr. Bob, just before you came on during the 8 o'clock hour, I had in the studio with me Preston and Barbara Barton, who own the big bamboo tea room that I believe you have gotten acquainted with. And they were talking about their herbal teas and how effective they are. Are you familiar with that at all?
The big bamboo.
Yes.
Tea, herbal tea.
Right.
Listen, I have listened to the guy. He is absolutely knowledgeable, and he will help you. And I need to go and learn more about the herbal teas myself. The only thing I'm sure of, and that is, number one, they work. There's no doubt about the teas, but you need to have somebody who knows how to make it and when to drink it, when to take it, that kind of thing.
Well, they certainly knowledgeable.
I think their address is something like 250 Charlotte Road in Rutherford.
That's correct. 252 Charlotte Road. You can't miss the sign. Big sign out front says Big Bamboo Tea Room.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, that's the only question we've had this morning so far, so I know you're loaded over there with information, so it's your time. Go ahead.
Okay, listen, the thing that I want to mention are things that are very helpful to you if you want to improve your health. And I wrote them down, and then I just replaced it a little bit. Okay. Something that's really hitting the market now, and go to the health food store and check into their plant called CBD. They've got information regarding CBD. It comes from the hemp plant. It's legal in all 50 states. You can buy it in health food stores now. Don't have to have a prescription for it. And almost any ailment you have, from pain to Alzheimer's to heart problems, CBD will absolutely straighten it out. It's amazing, and I think the pharmaceutical firms are going to have a hard time with this because it can replace almost anything on the market. So learn about that. Also, I mean, that's kind of a super plant, a super herb. Barley tablets is another super herb, and if you ever get a chance to hear George Malkmus at Hallelujah Acre talk, and he really pushes the barley tablets. If you'll take 4 or 5 a day or twice a day on an empty stomach, your general overall health and energy level will improve greatly. Everybody should have some hydrogen peroxide at home. Gargle with hydrogen peroxide twice a day. You're not going to get sick. You're not going to get the flu. Kudzu is great. Talk to Edith Edwards and learn a little bit about the dishes she can make from kudzu. Also, there's a couple of really good books about kudzu. Kudzu, you can get it in tablet form, and it's really great for people who have problems with addiction. The Orientals have used it for 1,000 years and get good results. They did double-blind studies on it at Johns Hopkins, and they showed that, hey, people who have alcoholism or drug-related problems fare much better on kudzu than people without it. And the kudzu capsules cost about, I guess, $5 maybe for 60 or 100 of them. Aloe vera is fantastic stuff, whether it's aloe vera juice or aloe vera. We've already talked about the plant. It also comes in a gel form. You can rub that on your skin. It's very helpful. I've talked about raw honey and garlic, and that along with clove and a touch of cayenne pepper are great for not only for any kind of infections or the flu or any kind of pain. Oregano is a great herb, and you can get oregano in a soft gel, very inexpensive. Any kind of problem you have with upper respiratory difficulty, things like the flu, like a cough, like sinusitis, that'll be great for it. Anything to boost your immune system, one of the most important things as we're trying to be healthy is to keep a positive attitude about things. One thing you shouldn't forget is a multivitamin tablet. As we get older, we all need a multivitamin tablet. Pure water to drink. Pure water is getting to be more difficult to find. Clean air, a room air purifier helps tremendously. If you get a chance to hear George Malcolmus from Hallelujah Acres talk, you can go to the website hacres.com and you can buy one of his DVDs, and it is absolutely fantastic. Buying organic is worth the investment. Learn to use a computer. Magical things are things like coenzyme Q10, any kind of heart problem or problem with energy, and especially if you're over 60, you need to be taking coenzyme Q10 on a regular basis. Hawthorn berry is fantastic for individuals who have irregular heartbeats at times. And I say that because my wife, Ann, had that problem. She started on hawthorn berry just one a day, and her abnormal heartbeats rate stopped. Valerian root, kava kava, and St. John's wort are three herbs that are fantastic for individuals who have trouble with agitation, irritability, anxiety, those kinds of feelings. You can get them at any health food store. You can also get them at any drugstore, Walmart, Ingles, and so forth. That's valerian root, kava kava, St. John's wort, all three of those. Holy basil is great for men over 50. If you're over 50 and you're losing your energy, start taking a holy basil tablet. And if you take it once or twice a day, within a week, your energy level should come up. You'll start feeling better. Your hormonal level will come up. And we'll talk about this more when I get in one day. Females who are having real problems with their menstrual periods, and if they're agitated and so forth, there's something magical called Don Qua. Don Qua, and with it you need to take a red clover capsule and a zinc capsule, 50 milligrams, and drink it with a warm glass of milk. And if you do that, I promise you, the ladies that I have talked to about this swear by it. Black cohosh is also good for menstrual cramps or menstrual periods. There are also some wonderful foods that I need to mention real quickly. Celery and cherries are great for gout. Beets, kale, spinach, broccoli, berries, blueberries, strawberries, all of these things are loaded with vitamins and minerals and will make you feel a heck of a lot better. Asparagus and strawberries are both diuretic. If you got problems urinating, try those. If you want to lose weight, you might want to start by just having a bowl of oatmeal, a small bowl, twice a day, and just eat light. And if you do those things, you should find the weight coming off and feel much better during the day. And usually the oatmeal keeps your appetite down. If you're overweight, like me, you need to lose weight. I'm going to mention 2 or 3 really good herbs. They're super herbs that help specific conditions, but they're good for almost anything. If you got any trouble at all with your prostate, you need to be taking saw palmetto. You'll see the results when you start taking it. Curcumin has been around for 4,000 years. It's an Indian from India herb, and it's magical. It cures almost anything. It's especially good for any kind of brain problem because it is healthy for our neurons, and also it stops inflammation in our brain when we get inflammation there. Turmeric is a product of that spice, and it has a lot of curcumin in it. Jim?
Yes, I'm here.
I could keep on going, but have we run out of time?
No, we got about 4 minutes.
Okay, let's see. There are other things. There's something called Advanced Prostate Formula for males, and it's worth getting some if you've got any kind of prostate problem, simply because it has 11 different herbs in it or minerals in it that have been shown to be necessary for a healthy prostate. The things it has in it are things like vitamin D3, zinc, selenium, copper, pumpkin, stinging nettles, Swedish flower pollen, lycopene, and a number you can call to order it, and you can call the number 24/7 now. It's an 800 number, and it's 791-3395. And the fellow's name who's really pushing this is a Dr. Schallenberg. Dr. Schallenberg, and that's an 800 number, 791-3395. There are also some really good second opinion newsletters out there. Dr. Schellenberg has one of them, and for some reason there are 2 or 3 places out of Norcross, Georgia. I might go down there someday to see why all the good folks are down there, but there's a journal, it's called the Natural Health Journal, and it comes out on a monthly basis. You can get it on the computer, or you can get it through the mail. And then also, Dr. Schellenberg's lectures and talks about prostate problems. And he also points out how prostate problems can create other problems for males, especially confusion. So a lot of times you'll start just with something like confusion, and if you'll start taking some of these things, and by the way, the things are relatively inexpensive, and when I say relatively inexpensive, I mean they cost about $30 for about 60 of them, which is a month or 2 month supply. But the nice thing about them is they all have somewhere about 5 to 10 substances in them, and if you bought those substances on their own, it costs you well over $200 or $300 a month. But you can get them all in one pill like that for a reasonable price. Now, that's all I jotted down right then. Any other calls?
No other calls. We've been enjoying your comments this morning.
Well, okay, listen, I'm having a great time. I'm looking forward to being back. The other thing to mention is this. The thing that really is helpful is exercise. And the exercise can be something like yoga. Chair yoga is wonderful. Rosemary at Lifestyle teaches it. She's a great teacher. And the other thing is keeping a positive attitude, an attitude of gratitude. Looking forward to seeing you, Jim.
You be careful on the road, and we'll look forward to seeing you next Thursday. So long, Brett.
Okay, you have a good day.
Thanks. Bye.
Take care.
Every Saturday morning from 8 to 9. If you have questions about taxes, taxation, or tax law, call the studio at 287-3356 or call me at 289-9300. I'll try to answer your question on the air.
Friends don't let friends tune to any other radio station. Good friends recommend AM 59. Shouldn't you be a good friend?
Start the day with local news with the popular morning report at 6:55 a.m. Get North Carolina news, national news from ABC, and local reports from Lake Lure to Cliffside. Be the first to know on WCAB.
Join us back here bright and early tomorrow morning for the morning wake-up call. Be here about 6:05. We'll start out the day again with some of your favorite Southern gospel. Then we'll get into the call-around news report. And tomorrow, of course, will be Friday morning, and Word of Faith Fellowship will be back in at 8:30 to confront the issues they're being accused of. They're speaking out, and you can hear that live and in living color right here each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning at 8:30. Meanwhile, if you like what we're doing over here, let other folks know about it. If you don't like what we're doing, let us know about it, and we'll do our best to try to correct it, make it a little better for you. We love getting your input. Thanks for all the emails and all the phone calls, letting us know what you think about our programming. We're seeking to please you, our listeners. Have a wonderful Thursday, folks. I'll see you back here on Friday.
NCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. 17 people are dead after a school shooting yesterday at Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. It's the deadliest school shooting in this country since Sandy Hook more than 5 years ago. The suspect, 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz, is an orphan with a troubled past. Cruz was charged with 17 counts of premeditated murder this morning. Your